Hi YouTube, this is Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com and it's time for another Empties video. Today will be pretty short and to a point. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I think a lot of people are right now and just have a little scratchy throat, hence the warm beverage over here. My kids have been taking turns being sick for the last couple weeks and I've mostly stayed healthy, but today something's just going on. Hopefully I'm just tired and it will pass and tomorrow morning will be fine. But anyway, so I have some empties to show you and talk about. And I love empties videos because by the time you get to the end of the tube, you really have had a lot of time to form an opinion about something and can talk about a product fully versus just first impressions or even halfway down the tube impressions. I'm going to start with makeup. I rarely wear makeup and I don't usually have a lot of makeup empties. The few things that I do every day would be some powder and mascara and lately some kind of lip product because I find that it pulls the look together pretty well. So I recently ran out of my absolutely most favorite mascara ever and I have used some American brands. I've used Too Faced, I've used Tarte, Better Than Sex mascara, Benefit, their Real mascara, many different things, and all of them flake at least a little bit, or they smudge, or they make my eyes tired. And I finally tried this one. This is by TonyMoly and it's Panda's Dream. I'm not going to lie, I bought it for the packaging because it's just so cute and it was very cheap. I'll leave a link in the description box for the review of this so you can check it out and also for a link where to purchase, but it comes with just a normal brush. This one is volume paying. They also have a lengthening one. And the wonderful thing about this, it's a polymer mascara, so it coats the lashes with a thin layer that once it sets, it basically becomes indestructible, I would say. It is not waterproof, but touching the eyes, as long as you don't rub very hard or even getting them a little wet, I've cried with this on and it didn't run. And the really beautiful thing is at the end of the day when you're ready to take it off, all it takes is a little bit of water to loosen it up and then very gentle kind of grab and very gentle slide and it comes right off. I have pictures in the review. I'll see if I can put a picture somewhere in here of what that looks like. It doesn't pull lashes out, so don't worry about that. It just slides off very easily and cleanly, and it does not leave raccoon eyes or any kind of black marks. So if you're somebody like me who mostly just wears mascara and not eyeshadow, not eyeliner, you really could take off your eye makeup with just water every day, and it's wonderful. And it is very affordable. It is under 10 bucks, or at least that's what it was when I bought it, and I would definitely buy it again. I'm currently using something else just because I want to try something else, but this so far has been my favorite and it is just so affordable and it's very cute. Another makeup product is this Klairs Mochi, I think it's Mochi BB cream cushion. It's a compact makeup product that would work as foundation or at the foundation step. I very rarely wear foundation, but I still like to have some for special occasion or in case there's a breakout. And cushion, if you're not familiar with the term, that just refers to the style of packaging. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, so it's a little bit not pretty because it's all used up, but basically inside of this case is a locking lid, which is really nice because it keeps the product from spilling. When you open it, there's a sponge. That's what makes it a cushion versus a compact powder. And this sponge is saturated with BB cream. And I really like Klairs products because they're cruelty-free, the ingredients are very high quality. Right now, the company that makes Klairs called Wishtrend, they're having their Black Friday month. So there are lots of sales and specials, and they actually issued a code just for my followers and my viewers that gets you an extra 5% off. This is not a sponsored video, they're not paying me to say this, but I will put the code in the description box so that if you do choose to shop, you can get a little bit of an extra savings. I've been very happy with Wish Trend in general and Klairs specifically, and this little cushion was very nice. It is light to medium coverage, satin, kind of a natural finish, so not too matte but not shiny, and it's very, very good. I really liked it. My only gripe with it is it seemed to not be as full of product as some of the other cushions that I've had. So I understand these things are sold by weight, and I really did use it all up. One trick is once your sponge starts to get dry, you can pick it out of the case, flip it over, and a lot of times you get a lot of product on the bottom, or what used to be the bottom, so you can really use all of the thing that you paid for. But still, it felt like for somebody who's a light user like myself, it wasn't a big deal. But if you're using this daily, this might not last you as long as some of the other cushions. But it's still very nice. I would still buy it again. I really liked it. So I would definitely still recommend it, but just like to give a full disclaimer for any kind of shortcomings. Moving on from makeup, this is a CosRx Triple C Lightening Liquid. This is usually an exclusive product to Soko Glam, although I have seen it on eBay. I'll put a link in the description box. And this is a very potent vitamin C serum. I talked about it in one of my videos before, and I have very mixed feelings about this. So this is, like I said, a potent product. It needs to be refrigerated. It is made in small batches so that it's fresh. One thing about vitamin C is it is not a very stable ingredient. It oxidizes quickly, and once it's oxidized, it's not very effective. Some people like to use vitamin C to lighten their pigmentation spot, lighten any kind of sun damage. It's good for brightening. However, it is tricky to use and store. This product comes in a dark blue glass bottle to try and protect it from the sun. I kept it in the fridge to prolong its shelf life, and that's where some of my frustration happened. It takes too much effort for me personally to remember to wash my face in the bathroom, put on toner, or maybe not put on toner depending on what the routine is, and then go out into the kitchen, get this from the fridge, use it, put it back in the fridge, go back to the bathroom, and do the rest of my skincare. That might not sound like too much work for somebody, but I have 2 kids, and sometimes all I have is a minute in the bathroom, really a minute or maybe 2 minutes, and that's it. So all these extra trips and all these walking back and forth, and also I just forget. When this is not right in my view sitting on my bathroom shelf, I forget to use it. So I did use it up. Mine did oxidize a little bit, and I've seen some charts online that show the range of acceptable color for vitamin C products. This started out clear, and then it started to get a little bit darker and yellow, and within that range usually you're still okay using it. It's when it gets really dark and more on the brown side is when you don't want to use it anymore. But this was not the most expensive thing, and if you want to try it, I have a referral link that will get you $10 off, I think, of your first purchase, so you can try it. I was curious about it because so many people love it, so many people rave about it, and maybe with regular religious use, more so than what I was doing, maybe it is really that wonderful. But for me, I did notice some brightening and some of my freckles lightened, but my biggest, baddest pigmentation spot, that is on my nose right here, it did get a little bit better, but it didn't go completely away. So I typically just stick with night masks in the fall and in the winter with some exfoliating type acids to help with pigmentation. But I'm still glad I tried it. It's one of those iconic things that everybody seems to know about and talk about, so I definitely wanted to give it a try so I could have my own opinion. Another Klairs empty, the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream. I squeezed just about everything I could out of this. This tube is pretty much destroyed. And there's a little bit of a backstory with this. The first time I tried this cream, my friend from Canada sent me samples, and it was so sweet to receive that package. So I had a little sample of that, and I thought, okay, well, that looks like a single-use thing. It's not. But I went ahead and slathered the entire packet on my face, and it was too heavy and it peeled, and I thought, this is not for me. I have combination skin, and I get a little oily in the T-zone here in the middle, nose, forehead. So I thought, nope, this is not for me. And then last year, Wishtrend had their Black Friday sale, just like what they're having right now. And I thought, well, maybe I'll give it a try. It sounds special. I'll try again. My friend really likes it. We have similar skin types. Why not? And I am so thankful that I bought it, because when squeezed out of a tube, I was using a very little, just a pea-size amount for the whole face and neck, and that seems to be perfect. And this is very soothing, very emollient. It does have silicones in it, which I personally do not think are bad. I don't have any kind of bad reaction to them. They help keep the good things in and the bad things out when it comes to skin. So I really like it, especially for the cold weather. And I mostly use this at night to really seal in all of my hydration layers. But it would also be okay in the morning, especially if your skin is on the drier side, or if you have to spend some time outside in the cold, maybe at a bus stop or just walking or anything of that nature. It is a wonderful cream. I recently recommended it to a friend who does a lot of outside walks every day, and I just think it's wonderful. It's unscented, cruelty-free, just like all the Klairs products, and I just love it. I would definitely buy it again. I currently am using some other creams that I'm trying to finish out, but when I'm done with those, this might be on my Black Friday Wishtrend shopping list this year again, because it is just wonderful. If you are not a new viewer, and if you've read anything on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com, or seen anything in my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics, then you probably know that I preach about sunscreen all the time, because sunscreen is so important all day, every day. If you see the light, it sees you. The windows and the car windows do not protect you from the UVA, and UVA is around all year long, and I could talk about this forever. I'm just going to go ahead and stop. But of course, I ran out of yet another sun protection product, and this one is Purito Comfy Water Sunblock. Purito is one of my favorite brands. I've been using them since before they were popular. When I started using them, you could only really buy them on eBay or on eopenmarket.com, which is a store basically co-owned or somehow affiliated with the founder of Purito brand. And again, this is not a sponsored review. I just really like them. They use EWG green levels, so safe ingredients and non-toxic. And in general, their products really work well for me. The brand did send this to me for free, but it is lovely. I really enjoyed it. 100% physical filters, so no chemical filters, all physical, which is what I prefer. Non-greasy finish, no stickiness, no white cast, wears wonderfully under makeup or without. And my only wish for this is that it were bigger. And that's my wish for most sunscreen products. This is very standard. It is, what is it size-wise? 60 milliliters or 2 fluid ounces. Because I use sunscreen so much and because I think everybody else should, I hope the industry at some point moves toward bigger packaging for these face sunscreens, but that's okay. So I would highly recommend this. I've talked about it in different videos before, and it's just wonderful. One thing I really like about Purito, among other things, is that they listen to consumer feedback. So they've now released unscented versions of their sunscreens without essential oils for people who are sensitive. So that's something that I, as a consumer, appreciate, that feedback is taken seriously, and Purito is doing something about it, from people saying that they wish that their products didn't have essential oils in them. So try it. Back in the beginning of September, I donated 10 inches of my hair to charity to make wigs for children who do not have hair due to different medical reasons. And currently, I am in the process of growing it back out. I'm pretty lazy as far as maintenance goes. I don't like to go get regular haircuts. I really don't enjoy styling my hair, and having long hair was actually easier in that regard because a simple braid would give me waves and it looked fine, or at least I thought it looked fine. So I am using things like this. This is a Tosowoong. I really hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, which I probably am not, please leave me a comment below. Tell me how to pronounce this. It's Tosowoong. I don't know. Anyway, this is a hair tonic. I've had products like it before, and all of them are basically a spray for the scalp that have a mix of different beneficial herbs to promote hair growth, to help keep the scalp healthy and free of buildup, and thus stimulate healthy hair growth. I haven't seen some miraculous results. I didn't just wake up with a really full head of hair suddenly or anything of that nature. But using this consistently, I did notice that my roots grow out faster, and it's pretty easy for me to tell because I am typically coloring my hair every 4 weeks with henna, and my roots are blonde, so they're very easy to see. And I've been noticing that 3 weeks now after coloring, my roots are really visible. So they are growing quite a bit faster. I don't know if it's purely because of this. It's hard to tell. But I enjoy it. It's refreshing. It's a little spritz. I don't know if I can, if there's enough. Yep, there's enough left to show. So it kind of evenly distributes it. It smells slightly minty, and it has a bit of a tingling effect when you spray it on. Nothing irritating. I've used Nioxin earlier in life, and that stuff irritated my scalp, and if anything dripped down on my forehead would get red. I've talked in depth about hair care and what I do for long healthy hair in my hair care video. I will link that. But this I'm out of now, except for those couple sprays. But I really liked it. I would recommend it. I feel like these things do help, and they definitely cut down on oil production. They do not dry my scalp out, but they help my hair stay clean longer without using dry shampoo. Mostly I use this on the day that I wash my hair, which is every other day. So wash and then use that. But sometimes I'll use it the next day as well, as long as I don't have any styling products on my roots. As always, I've used lots of sheet masks. In October, I try to use them at least 3 or 4 times a week. I used to do one every day, and that's a luxury I just can no longer afford as far as time goes. I'm not guaranteed 20 minutes to myself in a face mask anymore, and that's okay. That's the season of life with having a almost 8-month-old and a 5.5-year-old. I know kids grow up and it all gets better, but I've used lots of sheet masks. I usually try to post little snippets about them on my Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, so you can go check that out. I'm not going to talk about them individually in this video because I haven't really had any brand new super exciting ones. I had one that was awful, and I posted about that on my Instagram. And I've had yesterday a couple of really good ones, but those will be in the video for November Empties. But for the sake of my voice, which is kind of not doing so great, I'm going to skip the sheet mask thing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how you like it, what your thoughts are. If you have any kind of suggestions for content, I would really appreciate those. I'm always looking for the next topic, always thinking what would be useful to the viewers. The reason I make these videos is to help you, so tell me what you would like to learn more about or what you would want to see. Please follow me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit. Check out my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com. And if you have any questions or if you have your own reviews to share, you can join my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you next Saturday. And until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you. Bye.